top. Good catch. What? Which is kind of cool. But we'll go out and play some Frisbee. King, you want to go play some Frisbee? Let's go do it. Let's go. Oh, wait. Let's do this officially. Let's do it officially. Boom. So King and I are going to go do some flat work. Let's go, handsome. Come on, Superman. King. Right, this here versus this. And you can see him shift. Come on, right? You can see him shift each time. And that shift is, it might be the thing that is necessary for you to get your dog to flip. Yes, good man. Ouse. Ouse, yes. Her name is Barbariana. What's up, handsome? Oh, you got hosed. You got hosed. There are only 2. Good. Make it out. CupCake. You were pretty cute. Oh, look at you on the ball. Whoa. That is some fine work. You're just chilling out on the ball, huh? Yeah. What? Oh my gosh. CupCake, I can't reach it. Wow. That is pretty impressive.
Whoa, look at it.
King.
Yes.
Right here. Good work. Good work. Chill, guys. Frisbee is about the stuff between the tricks, right? You have 36 tricks in a freestyle routine, maybe, if you're lucky. It's a lot of tricks, right? So 36, 32, 36, right? That's a pretty packed freestyle routine. Each trick takes anywhere from half a second to 1.5 seconds, right? The actual trick, yeah? So what are you doing for the other minute 30, minute 45, right? All the stuff happens between the tricks. Go. Doing flip. Ouse. Go. Ouse. Yes, ouse. Up. Ouse. Yes. Good. Ouse. Through. Yes, ouse. Yes. Badass. Oh, I missed it. Go. We were supposed to wait for it, Sage Paw. Good. Ouse. Go. Deppy, your penmanship is epic. Ouse. Yes, ouse. Up. Ouse. Good. Right there. Yes, good. Good. Ouse. Through. Yes, ouse. Yes. Badass. Hey, what's going on? It's Sunday. Here we are. Right, Epi? Are you ready? You ready to do some King is slacker training right now? You're doing it right now, King. I need to teach you to stay looking at the camera, Mr. Co-host. All right, so what's going on? What is happening? I don't know. Oh, you can't cover up CupCake. Inside out, you don't know where it like that. Till you figure things out now. I spend my life just singing in this bar. Night after night. All right, so what are we gonna do tonight? I don't know. Anybody got any requests? You say I'm crazy with the whole neighborhood. They think I'm lazy. I don't go to work like a normal person does. say I'm up to no good. They call up the buzz.
I spend my life just singing in this bar. Night after night, I have to be the star that you think I am.
All right. All right. So nobody's got any requests, and it's Slacker Sunday. I don't teach paw tricks. I don't like to be scratched by my dog. That before sit pretty, that was the trick that I hated. Right? Now I hate sit pretty. Right, Epi? But you can do it. Pretty. Pretty. Come on, you can do it. Pretty. No, don't eat anybody. Pretty. Off. Good man. Yeah. Epi hates it too. Super funny. I don't know if you guys can hear him going crazy. Yeah. Nothing. I don't have much going on. We got a new graphic from Play Plus, from my philosophy project, which is coming along pretty well. I've been kicking some ideas around, writing some stuff down over the last, I don't know, week or so. I did a little writing today on it, but not much happening. I'm kind of letting it sit for a while. Kind of letting it sit for a little bit. All right. Michelle, good stuff on your throwing this week. Hopefully you caught the instruction from your four hands form. Epi, you guys gotta stop. You guys gotta stop. All right, we got merch. Get Griff Links out of the way. Throw on the hero thing. Whoa, what was that, CupCake? You were serious about that water, weren't you? You were serious. Epi, she's stealing your move, buddy. Oh no. No, that's not good. That is not good. I hope it's not contagious. I hope it's not contagious. Yep, offered too. She likes it. She's practicing. She's going to move from weather girl to co-host. She's going to steal your job, Epi. She can totally steal your job. She's not going to steal it very good, though, buddy. She's not going to get your job. She's too flighty. It's a pretty tough skill to do that. It's not an easy thing to jump up on by yourself. I've been up on that ball. I've been up on that ball. All right. Go through this. All right. Yeah, I can hit on that. I can hit on that. Is your dog a Whippet mix, Michelle? I worked Grasshopper today. April's in Texas working the challenge, and I got a bunch of her dogs here. She left a bunch of dogs, and I worked Grasshopper today, and he was a total dick, man. Yeah, probably. She's an Aussie, Byron. That probably will. Probably will. More slacker training for the CupCake. That's what she needs. Just whip it. Yeah. So there are a few things for quick retrieve in toss and fetch. So flipping the field, multiple discs, stack of discs, and you stand in the center of the field. And you throw 40 yards in this direction, or whatever your max distance is. And when the dog catches, gets 5-10 yards past where they caught, cue drop. When their teeth come off, mark yes, and whip it as far as you can in this direction. And what'll happen is the dog will make the catch, loop out. If he's like Grasshopper, he'll take off running. You know what I mean? Yeah, God, dude, I was so pissed at him today. And then dog starts coming back. I cue drop. Teeth come off. I mark yes, and I whip it this way. And I'm not throwing it so the dog can catch it necessarily. When I call this flipping the field. When I flip the field, I don't throw it so the dog can catch it. I throw it to make them run fast. So some dogs have to have a chance to get that disc, or they'll quit, or, you know, it won't be as reinforcing. But for those guys, I want them just barely to miss it. I want it to be just barely too far for them to miss. And what happens is they recognize that after the catch, they're going to be hauling ass back. I better be hauling ass back because, you know, that crazy bitch is going to cue the drop and whip it that way. I got to hustle. And so the dog will make the catch, turn around quickly, right? Because she don't know what crazy Michelle's going to do with that throw. And then they'll sprint. And when you cue the drop and throw behind you, they sprint by you, right? After a few of those, I cue the drop and I reinforce the dog with a bite. Ouse, teeth come off. Yes, I give them the bite cue from like 30 yards away. And they haul ass into me. Both of those situations set up a sprinting retrieve or a sprinting recall-ish, right? There's a need to sprint back to or past the handler. And it works quite well. So that's the exercise that I use. It's on the site. You can look, search for flipping the field. Anything that comes up, by the way, if you search for it on the site, you're likely to find a shit ton of articles on it. But it's called Flipping the Field. And I think there are two pieces on it. So that's one thing, super important. The other thing that's super important is that dismissal stuff and the initial reorientation from the catch. So you want to have historical reinforcement on, leave her alone, Epi. Leave her alone. You want to have historical reinforcement on the head turn after the catch. And also on the head turn from like drifting around the environment. Where most people make a mistake here, they don't reinforce, they don't mark, and they don't reinforce the precursor behaviors, the behaviors that lead to the behavior they're looking for. So on the recall, they'll recall the dog, and they won't mark until the dog gets here. And there's nothing wrong with it as a technique, but if you only mark when the dog gets here, you're just getting the back chain, right? Historically, there should be a marker on looking off of the, I'm out here in the environment, you've dismissed me, are you sure? Are you sure? Ah, shit. And I release. You mark that. I come in and get a cookie. That there is the very first piece of the recall. It's the hardest piece. It's also the one that people don't reinforce as often as they should. So you have the look in, you have the revival. On the way in, I would also mark and reinforce any noticeable speed change in the faster direction, right? So the dog comes jogging in and then is like, fuck it, I'm gonna run. I'm gonna mark that as well. And what I get then is the whole stroke of the recall from releasing the environment until they get here has historical reinforcement. I do that with slacker training, right? So I dismiss the dog. In here, when I dismiss the dog, those of you guys who haven't been here for a long time, you're not going to know this, but if you go back through some of the older live streams, you'll see that one of my big reorientation, or one of my big criteria for dismissal is the release of the environment. And so I kind of grease the skids on all of the criteria of the behavior. And I think that's important too, Michelle. Yeah, I was pissed at Grasshopper today. I think I screamed, "Fuck off!" Like screamed it. I hope my neighbors weren't outside. He made me really angry today. It got me because he was so gloriously happy while he was running around on my time. It really pissed me off, man. I was pretty bent, and then I got beat up by Swiffer. That was terrific. I got beat up by Swiffer. But anyway, so good answer, Michelle. Check out that flipping the field thing, and then in your slacker training, in your dismissal, particularly on the field, mark and reinforce the whole stroke of the recall from dismissal. Engagement starts with dismissal, right? So if the dog, what? What was that beep? That was really strange. It was a little scary, actually. Yeah, it takes, sighthounds are funny little dogs. The reinforcement on you is super important as well with those guys. So with the flipping the field, you're going to want to get several reps whipping it the other way, and then I think you're going to want to get the bite on you. Another thing that you can do that isn't quite flipping the field, intermittently or as a session, you could reinforce the first look back with a bite on you. And that would give you the fly ball, whipping head turn. with the bust ass back to you. And I think that would be probably a good idea as well. Important to get all of those criteria historically marked and known. Really pretty important. Look at that. Look at that. Who's smart now? Anybody watch Idiocracy? Anybody like that flick? It's one of my favorites. One of my favorites. All right, I don't know what to do tonight. All right, I guess I'll show you guys this real quick. So here we have a version of the trigger process, right? And this is simplified. It's the same diagram as the crazy concrescent play with the dog, the infinity symbol, and the cone, and the mental and physical poles. But this has when you're playing, and when you want to have sharp engagement, and you want the dog to like the game, you want to have a rhythm in the play, and we can adjust the rhythm, or we can play the rhythm to adjust what's happening at the physical pole, or to adjust what's happening at the mental pole. So if we want the rhythm to tune the subjective tone, which is the classical condition, right? The cue, trigger, next, with novel combinations and novel timing, right? So the time between the last trick and the next trick, the time between the trigger and next, is part of the rhythm. It's part people forget all the time. You do the trick and they're like, awesome, good job, dog. Maybe give them a roller or something, and then fuck around for 20 seconds. And it can throw the rhythm off, right? When you are doing something, you have to be aware of what your reward placement is going to do to the rate of reinforcement. Michelle, this is really important for you. One of the reasons that your guy is running around so much is because your rate of reinforcement is most likely low. When we're new and we're throwing, toss and fetch to the dog, toss and fetch, if we mark the catch, and that's it, which is usually what people mark, there are 4, 5, or 6 cookies per minute. 4, 5, 6 cookies per minute, nobody's playing that game, right? Or nobody's paying attention to the rhythm of that game. 6 beats per minute is not a rhythm. It's just not a rhythm, you know what I mean? It's hard to keep track of a rhythm in that kind of time frame. So when we're playing with the dog, we want to keep that rhythm to 20, 30 cookies per minute, right? And 15 to 30 cookies per minute is what the hot shit learning phase is for positive training, right? When you're doing your shaping session and you're trying to get the dog all the reps they need and all the excitement they need to do the thing, kind of shooting for 15 to 30 cookies per minute. Within toss and fetch, it is possible to get that. It is possible to get that. Dog gives me eye contact, yes. Get around, there's 1. Get around 2, I mark yes as the dog is halfway, there's 2. Dog looks in on the pose, there's 3. Dog catches, there's 4. I mark that. Dog reorients, I mark that. Dog gives, I mark that. Now we're looking at 36 cookies per minute, with the cookie being next as the beginning of action, the around, right? Secondary reinforcer, the around always leads to a throw. Sweet. So the beginning of the play, the around, 1 cookie. The presentation of the disc, Mackay, boom, yes, I present as my cookie. 2 cookies. Dog looks in, yes, 3 cookies, I throw as that 3rd cookie. Dog catches, I mark yes. They reorient, I mark yes. Those are pretty weak, right? Those would be mainly communication, not much cookie going on there. So 4 and 5 are bunk as a cookie, right? They're communication markers pretty much only. But they have a serious historical charge if we flip the field, both of them. The reorientation should be a secondary reinforcer with a bunch of cookies on the head turning in, and the long badass throw, the long whippet throw as the cookie for looking in. So that should be pretty well stroked historically. But those would be the 2 weak ones. Dog arrives and gives, yes. Cookie is get around, right? Or the cookie might be the ability to start again with attention. But I want to have, particularly with a whippet, I want to have a high rate of reinforcement, a high communication rate. If the dog knows all of those skills, then the dog knows the hit points, not like D&D, not like Dungeons and Dragons, but like the points that we need to hit within the game. The subjective aim at all times, the subjective aim is fucking on point. So anyway, when you're new, you don't mark enough, like Michelle just mentioned, and you don't have the game. Maybe you throw it over here and maybe you throw it over there, but primarily you're just throwing. In your session with the dog, with Mojo, Michelle, your session with Mojo, look at how many throws per minute were made, right? And all you have in that situation are the throws. You got nothing else. You've got none of the emulsifier behaviors, the behaviors in the middle that smooth out the operation, that fill the gaps between the throws. As you start doing forms through Disc Kwon-Do, as you start doing interior sequences and moves, the game will tighten up, and the rate of reinforcement will be high. So after the catch, after the trigger has been set, you need to budget as like a rhythm point, as like a point for us to either enhance or tamp down the subjective tone. Subjective tone, again, is the classical condition of the dog. So I do wait, top, yes. You know what? Here, sweetheart. Good girl. Yeah. Whoa. That's super good. Look at you. Oh, I should have just used a pedestal. Ah, will do. Chill, Epi, chill. Do 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 do. Gosh, man, I can't see anything, man. Fucking old. Let's put on some ignorant mob. Chill, Epi, chill. Zip it, CupCake. Don't make me put you away. Epi, off. Good work. Down. Down. Up, through. Yes, wait. Top. Ooh, we almost launched you into the thing. Top. Boom. Yes. Through. Wait. Good. So, yes, awesome. Go do dog stuff. Do you guys see how right after the trick, dude. Up. Mine. Yes. Right after the trick, I pulled him right through right away. Right? I want to make sure that I attend to that. You know, when I'm getting started and I'm learning how to do this stuff, right? Good job, Epi. Wait. Top. Boom. And then I'm like, oh, wow, that was great. And I do this shit, right? And where is he? You know what I mean? And then and then mine. Yes. Whoa, go do dog stuff. Rule number 3, never ever touch me. And it was totally my fault. I presented the disc poorly for the bite. He hit me with his teeth. Doesn't matter. Right? But hopefully you could see the difference after the trigger on both of those, right? And, you know, fuck me offering that shitty bite, pretty much a straight line from the discombobulation between the reps, right? All right, epic, yes, good. I see you, CupCake, I see you. Ready? So I'm doing flips, right? If I do the flip, yes, good man. Like, look at all this bat shit here, right? Mine. Yes. Whoa, dude. Yes, good man. Yes, mine. Yes. Yes, good man. Mine. Yes. Yes, good man. Mine. Yes. Through. Yes. Yes, ouse. Yes, good man. You ready? Boop. Boop. Yes, through. Yes, good man. King, that'll do. Yes, awesome. Ouse. Makai. Catch. What? Whoa. Excuse me. Mine? Yes. Yes. Mine? Yes. Awesome. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Excuse me. Mine? Go do dog stuff. Get up there. Get up there. Awesome. So the rhythm there, you want to adjust the rhythm particularly after the trigger's given, right? And that rhythm is going to allow me to take the dog higher in their subjective tone, right? It's going to allow me to take the subjective tone higher, or it's going to allow me to tamp that down and reduce the dog's classical condition, right? Pretty important thing when it comes to play. It's a great place to introduce novelty and consequent novel opportunity, right? And that's what we're using with Play Plus as the definition of play. It's kind of hard to get as a new player to get novelty and to get like swerve and flow with how you play. I think that this idea of using the rhythm to tune the subjective tone is a really nice idea. For those of you guys who are a little more experienced in the game, and maybe you haven't heard about Play Plus, it's really cool. You could ask ChatGPT about it probably at this point in time. The subjective tone is the dog's classically conditioned state, and the way that we work in general is going to affect that classically conditioned state. What I'm talking about right now is to use the rhythm of play in order to adjust the classical condition of the dog at the physical pole, which is where everything starts when our cue is prehended. That means when it's grasped, Epi, right? Did you grasp the cue? You think you grasped the cue? Do you? Did you grasp it? Watch out, King. You're going to get waylaid. You're going to get waylaid, King. This is not your cookie. Don't sit by the co-host, King. Good man, Epi. Go do dog stuff, King. Go, go, go. You're going to get whacked, dude. All right. So the rhythm to tune the subjective tone. Particularly in between the trigger and next. Your setup, your addressing of the dog, your reading of the dog. And Michelle, we can look directly at your little play session with Mojo, and we can see that the time between when you made the throw and when you made the next throw, there was nothing in there. Why would he come back, right? Why would he come back? It takes a long time for that dog to learn. They fall prey to reward placement. Super slow retrieve and toss and fetch happens because all the cookies happen at 40 yards. The only thing they do here is give up the disc. What the fuck do I want to be there for? Reminds me of that, have you guys seen that meme? No take, only throw. The dog with the ball. Super funny. It's like a picture of the handler's hand, and the dog is like gritting his teeth, and he's like, no take, only throw. Super funny meme. But you're working against reward placement and toss and fetch. And the way to work against that is to get a rhythm going after the trigger through next, right? And you can tune the dog's classically conditioned state to a tone of your liking. So on the mental pole, the subjective aim side, we can use rhythm to set the subjective aim. Cue trigger next to satisfaction. Cue, top, I go neutral. That neutral, super important. It sets up aporia. It puts the dog at an impasse. That little impasse that the dog struggles through is going to allow the dog time to set up the abstract reality of what's going to happen on this vault. It allows the desire and the expectancy to charge up the subjective tone and to feed the subjective aim, right? So we give the cue, we go neutral. Then we give the trigger. If we do that, if we get the physical pole engaged with the cue, allow a moment, half a second to 3 seconds, to establish and set up the mental pole and get the subjective aim together. What's the goal of this trick? Yeah, I got that. And then we go. That will achieve satisfaction, right? And satisfaction, if we achieve satisfaction, we don't only get the cookie, we get a goodie from that. We get an eternal object. We get something that we can use in the future. Either a super awesome positive prehension, right? A positive feeling when the cue is given on the next rep, or we get some bit of knowledge that we can use on subsequent reps. So if we create novel trigger timing, right? Like we adjust that time frame between the cue and the trigger from maybe a half a second to 3 seconds, right? And we do so in a playful manner. That will really sharpen up the dog's mental pole. It will sharpen up their operant response. Classical, operant. Don't want to see here. You guys want to see something funny? Hang on, I'll show you. So in Jaak Panksepp's book, pretty sure it was Jaak's book. He's the affective neuroscience guy that I'm a big fan of. So this was quoted in, oh, come on, dude. This was quoted in his book. The emotions are excellent examples of fictional causes to which we commonly attribute behavior. That's B.F. Skinner, right? And I think that's crap. I think that's crap, man. And it irks me, actually. And it always irked me back in the mid-aughts when I was breaking the rules when I was a positive training heretic, blasphemer, right? It bugged me back then, but now, over the last few years, since catching Jaak Panksepp's affective neuroscience work, it bothered me. And since catching Whitehead's concrescence process philosophy, knowing that there's a physical pole and a mental pole, right? And this isn't behavior. This is for like everything that exists and interacts with anything else. It's Whitehead's process philosophy. And he's getting a bunch of traction from a bunch of really cool neuroscientists, behavioral psychologists, essentially everyone who's not a behaviorist now is starting to take a look at Whitehead. You'll hear about him in not much time, I think. Anyway, so we can adjust the dog's ability to think, to construct abstract realities, to make good decisions, to want to make good decisions, right? We can do that by creating novel trigger timing, right? And also we can do that through marking, right? We can do that through the communication of the marking. For our instructional purposes, the behavioral purposes, it's cue, prehension and physical pull, grasp, de-emotions, right, Epi? Grasp, de-emotions. When I say pretty, yes, off. Yes, he grasps those emotions. He has to harness them because they make him angry, right? You have to harness the emotions. Subjective tone is on fire on that skill. So I give the cue, the dog prehends the cue, grasps it. With that comes all of the previous reps, emotions, the actual world that's here right now, boom, all of that stuff hits him. It is contrasted out. Each one comes in as a distinct entity, and then it contrasts. And then the subject, the dog in this case, evaluates that contrast, gives it like a number, positive 20. I really want to do that. Negative 10. I really don't want to do that. And I don't know what the fucking numbers are. I don't think there are. Anyway, just trying to give you an idea of when the dog takes in the cue, the subjective tone is set. Each of the things that the dog bases the subjective tone on, feelings and emotions of what's happening right now, what the cue has meant in the past, how the process has gone in the past, right? If we're always running the process through to satisfaction, kicking ass, cue, aporia, trigger, and it's always working and the dog knows what's happening, the prehension of they'll get the satisfied successes. If we are pounding the tricks, chasing the cookie, we have arduous successes that were really hard and, you know, the handler pulled the dog through and got a fucking cookie on it, so woohoo, we got a great behavior. That's going to really damage the subjective tone. When the dog hears the cue, they're going to be like, ah, fuck, dude, this thing's impossible, right? So the cue's given, physical pull is set, we take a moment, the mental pull develops, the subjective aim is set, what we're actually doing here, and then I give the trigger. So we're looking at this concrescence process, the physical and mental pull, as like the behaviors that we're trying to accomplish together, right? Right, Epi? But we're not, this is happening every step of the way. right? It's not just happening on our tricks. It's happening moment-to-moment reads of the disc. Moment-to-moment reads go through this process. Fucking, according to Whitehead, galaxies go through this process. Electrons, photons go through this process, right? And the mental pole probably doesn't exist within those two critters, the galaxy and the electron, right? But we don't know that. The prehensions coming in are like an irrefutable habit for those critters, right? When things happen, there's only one way it can be received. So it can either be locked in at the physical pole, because that's the only way it's ever been received and the only way I know how to receive it, and this is the only output I can make. Or it can be no mental pole involved at all, right? Probably largely for the same reason, actually. Now, I don't want to get the process philosophy of Alfred Whitehead is fucking bonkers shit, guys. I need to finish Process and Reality. I'm about halfway through the book, and it's ridiculous. But my point here, I keep getting distracted. My point here is that we're looking at this as a behavioral trigger process, right? But this is happening over and over and over again. Over and over and over again. Not just with the trigger. When the dog catches, right? The dog lands. They hear my marker. They prehend the marker. What does that mean? For Mojo right now, that means take a fucking victory lap, right? So everything's working fine according to him. He starts getting a marker, and he looks back, and then you offer a bite. Well, that might change, right? Might change. The habit will change. The notice of what is happening, right? The dog takes note. Oh, that's a marker, sweet, bang. They reorient, right? And they only reorient because you gave them a marker. But you mark, they look in, they start coming in, you cue the drop, they drop, you mark and offer a bite. You can be sure that after the catch, the dog is going to be looking in, right? But again, this physical mental pull, this concrescent process is happening all the time. All the time. And it's super, super crazy to think about, actually. Anyway, marking is also a good way to set the subjective aim. The novel trigger timing. I give the cue, I wait a moment, and then I offer the trigger. I give a cue, I offer the trigger. I give a cue, I wait a moment, I offer the trigger. I give a cue, I wait a moment, and then I trigger, right? I offer the cue, awesome, look at you, holy shit, great work, and then I trigger. And you can hear the rhythm developing there, right? If I make those triggers the rhythm point, right? If I make those triggers the rhythm point, I'm exercising the mental pull. I'm exercising the dog's ability to set up the plan. To set up the plan and to want the plan. Oh, are we going to do it? Right? I want to do that on a rhythm. Wait. Hang on. I need my thing here. I want to do that on when I'm working on the subjective aim, I want to have the aporia, the time between the cue and the trigger. I want drama, right? I want drama in there, a dramatic pause, right? And I want the dog to be poised for work, right? So with the subjective aim, I'm going to use like dramatic pauses. I'm going to use the pauses to establish my rhythm. Top, neutral, boom, top, neutral. Oh, look at you, Epi. Yeah, right, you see it, right? Boom. Yeah, you can see it right there. You can see it right there, completely engrossed. And then on the physical pole, I want to have a syncopated movement. Excuse me, CupCake, zip it. For the physical pole and to set or tune the subjective tone, I want to have a syncopated rhythm with our movement and with opportunity, right? I want to have that syncopated movement I kind of tried to demonstrate with Epi while I was throwing down some frisbee with him. But that's how you play with your dogs, guys. That's what you need to be doing. So these dumb little games I got set up. What's up, Antonis? These dumb little games I got set up. Where's the trigger? Where's the handler? This, wait, then that. Or this, wait, attention, then that. Any of the disquando forms. You need to be doing those things with the intent to deliver these rhythms and to make the game fun and exciting for the dog simply by adjusting where and when you do the thing. So when you ask someone to play with their dog, oh my gosh, yay, and they run around like that. Nobody fucking cares about that, dude. Show me the fucking cookie. Show me the cookie or show me the opportunity for the cookie. I don't give a shit about your running around, man. You know what I mean? And it's hard to get to a point where you are like really competent at playing, so you can have that swerve and the handling ability to do that stuff while you're playing like big girl or big boy frisbee with the dog, right? It takes a long time to develop that. With where's the trigger, with a hand target, ready, Epi? Touch. Boom. Yes. Whoa, that was super exciting. Yeah. Ready? Touch. Boom. Yes. Oh, wow. You're going to do a stall to make that touch, aren't you? Awesome. Go do dog stuff. With that, it doesn't take long at all for me to get a sense of that rhythm, for my dog to get interested in the rhythm. And then when we add the stuff after the trigger to next, to these simple games, what we wind up with is the ability to handle the dog. Efficient handling, moments of connection that are valuable even if they're not marked, right? Things that emulsify, they're the filler and the smoothening agent of the game. And again, man, that's really hard shit to get established. There's some people, so when I started playing, I was a dipshit dog trainer, dude. Like, I was a pretty good compulsion trainer, I think, right? I delivered vicious corrections and didn't deliver a bunch of them. I didn't have to yell at my dog a bunch, but I was not afraid to, and I delivered swift corrections. But I played with dogs really well. I was able to trip the dogs. CupCake, zip it. I I was able to trip the dog's trigger pretty well. A lot of people have this like kind of natural ability to play with dogs. And if you come from a dog training background, or you are just not super competent or confident physically, athletically, you don't feel that game, right? If that's, most people are like that, right? And we're so freaking busy that there's no way to put that together with the big Frisbee game. You know, we're overwhelmed, we're drowning. I can't throw this thing. Where's the dog at? He didn't catch it, not in position. I don't know what to do, all that shit. So the Play Plus games are set up so that, good quiet, CupCake. The Play Plus games are set up so that you can quickly develop some game skills and the handling skills at the same time, right? And that would be frickin' terrific, dude. That would be super, super terrific. And I think it's gonna happen. Again, tune the subjective tone, syncopated rhythm of cue, trigger, next, and all of our movements. Paying special attention to this dash right here between the trigger and next. That's where you lose your dog, guys. That's where you lose your dog. Do the trigger, dog comes running in, you haven't got your shit together, and the dog is standing there. Okay, are we doing it? 1001, 1002, 1003, I'm sniffing. Game's done, right? We do the trigger, you mark yes, I turn in, you bring me in, you set me up real quick, top. I'm here, right? On the subjective aim, the goal of what we're doing here at the mental pole, what we want to do is we want to set up dramatic pauses, some drama between the cue and the trigger. And we want to game that time to increase the ability of the dog to put the abstract reality together, make a plan, right? And also to intensify the subjective aim. Through wait, oh yeah. They're like, what the fuck are we doing? Oh, top. Oh, it's a top. Oh, I can't wait to do it. Yeah, we rock at this. Boom. And yeah, that's how you want to run the game. Right? Pretty cool. I'm gonna have to hood CupCake again. I should have let her out while she was being quiet. It's all right. She can suffer. CupCake needs some tough love. What I'm doing here is consequent hooding. So I had her on the tether over there. She barked. Excuse me. Zip it. She barked, and I gave her a warning. And she barked again. I put her in the crate. She barked while she was in the crate. I hooded her with the mat. She was quiet. I announced good quiet. I removed the mat. I will announce good quiet, CupCake. Wow, look at her. And then I'll let her out. And that is consequent hooding. Whoa. Pretty exciting, Wow, nice pony move, CupCake. That was amazing. That was amazing. All right. So what do we got? What do you guys think of that? You guys following that? I think you guys are following that. Oh, that's what it was. Interesting. That beep was my GoPro. Was my GoPro recording. That's cool. I got that recorded on the GoPro. That'll be nice. That'll look good. That'll be good footage. What's up, CupCake? All right. So again, that stuff that we're talking about, that's Play Plus. That is the process. That is the phenomenal process philosophy of play. That is my new project. Super fucking stoked about it, guys. Having classical and operant in the mix at the same time. Really, really awesome. I'm completely not afraid of it anymore. I don't know if you guys have been, when you're dog training, positive training, to conflate operant and classical is terrifying. You know, if you got particularly on a problem issue, if you already have a classically conditioned problem, you have to be really careful, you know? And there's a bunch of fear and apprehension, and you don't know how to do it, you don't know how to deal with it, right? This process philosophy, having the physical and mental pull in play on every rep, and then being able to affect it with how we play, whew, it's friggin' magic, dude. It's totally magic. Yeah. Not getting much feedback on knowing what we're talking about, though. All right, always tip your dog trainer. It's time for Griff links. Always tip your dog trainer. And hook up with us, hook up with me on Patreon. Michelle did. It's worth it, right, Michelle? All right. And merch is available. You can get some sweet kicks. Woohoo! Byron's got shoes coming, I think. John got his shoes a week ago, I think. Sometime last week. Pretty cool. I'm gonna do another color. I don't know. Nice. Nice, nice. It's annoying. All right. So happy, yeah. CupCake. She trying. Are you trying? There's no channel there though, is there? Can I have it? Ready? Take. Mine? Yes. Take. Yes. Mine. Awesome. Take. Whoa, great work. Go do dog stuff. Wow. Super exciting. Right? It'll be pretty cool. I might do Hulk color shoes, you know, the Hulk logo, the green and purple logo. I think that's the next color. I see you, Epi. All right. So, bunch of nothing happening here. CupCake's working though. She's working it. Working that ball, working the channel. Everyone wants to do something, Byron. Everyone wants to do something. He knows. You know, don't you, Epi? I know. Good man, yeah. Very nice. Go to dog stuff. So sad. All right. Well, I don't have too terribly much, guys. What you guys got anything? You guys want to hit on anything? And there's nothing really off limits. All right, we'll do some stuff with the CupCake. Epi off. Yes, good man. You've been demoted, Mr. Co-host. CupCake, yes. Ep, a pup, chill. Ready? No, you already know, don't you? Twist. Yes, good girl. Twist. Boom. Yes, good. I'm gonna work that rhythm a little bit. Stand. Boom. Off. Yes, good. Spin. Boom. Yes, good man. Oh, you're a girl. You're a girl. Yes, good girl. I want to mix that eye contact in too. We get work in. Yes. Stand. Boom. Off. Yes. Great work. Off. Yes. Awesome. Great job. Go do dog stuff. So it's easy to get. Sorry. Peterson's event. I don't know what Peterson's event is. So when I was working that, I was cranking out the behaviors. I was working my rhythm, right? And she's just flying around like looking at cookies, chasing the cookies. Even if I'm doing the aporia thing, giving time between my cue and trigger, the dog winds up just pegging the cookie. That attention in there as well, pretty nice thing to have. Don't miss that. Oh, Jordan Peterson. Yeah. Oh, you went to he was in Greece? Was he there? That's pretty cool, man. I'll get in trouble. I'll get canceled for suggesting that that it's pretty cool that you went to his event. I appreciate him. He's actually a little too mainstream for me. And you know what's really funny, dude? He's like not a crazy right winger at all, dude. He's not at all. I know this because I'm not a crazy right winger either, and all of a sudden I'm like this crazy all right person. It's fucking insane. All right, we can't talk about that though. I'll get canceled. So the attention stuff in there. Her attention, yes. Stand. Made. Whoa. Off. Made the work happen, right? So while I'm doing this rhythm, this is an important one. While I'm doing this rhythm, twist. Boom. Yes. Spin. Yes, good. Stretch. Boom. Yes, off. Good. So I used her attention each time. Her attention is what made the cue happen. So yes, up, up. Yes, good. Yes, twist. Yes, awesome. Spin. Yes, good. Yeah, there wasn't even a cookie there, right? Dog catch. Boom. Can you do it? Oh, it's the wrong way. Ready? Dog catch. Boom. Oh, almost. So this is counterclock, right? She hasn't done counterclock with the dog catch. I'll try one more. Dog catch. Boom. Almost, almost, I know. Ready? Dog catch. Boom. Yes, good girl. Off. Awesome. Ready? Her attention is going to make the cue happen. Dog catch. Boom. Almost, almost. You ready? And I'm doing it with the hoop kind of setup, pulling her in. She doesn't get that one. She gets boom. Ready? Dog catch. Boom. It's like, I'm gonna jump over there. We'll try one more time. Ready? Yes. Dog catch. Boom. Yes. Awesome. Wow. Look at her. Look at her. Off. Good job. Again, her eye contact. Yes. Dog catch. Boom. Yes. Whoa. Look at her. Awesome. Off. Yes. Good girl. Uh-oh. Epi. What's up, Kingaling? All right. So, little demonstration of that rhythm. Marking the attention. Yeah, right? And it's pretty cool. So the things that you want to work on, your four hands form, there's a holy trinity of Disc-Kwon-Do. The four hands form, Byron, will you pull these, Byron and Antonis, would you guys pull these links for me? They should be in the white and yellow belt class. Those links should go through. So the four hands form, the stance shifting form, and oh shit, what's the third one? The flatwork compass. It's the holy trinity of Disc-Kwon-Do. Work the shit out of those, Michelle. Get those to the point where you can perform them, you know what they are, and then we'll move into the fly cheese stuff, get the dog moving, and we'll exercise those skills. And the stance shifting form, super important. I'll do my forms here today. Whoa, excuse me. Dude, chill. Chill, it's not your time. So I have, I'm standing in counter clock. Boom, I switch to clock. Standing in clock, I'm gonna neutral shift to counter. And I should be loaded up. I'll do it here in a sec. I'm gonna pull this time. Boom. And I'll pull, boom, and load. I'll push and load and pay my dog. And I'll push and load, pay my dog. Off. Yes. Good girl. Wow. Okay, stall. Good work. So I'll do one here real quick. Again, this is the stance shifting form, solo stance shift. This should be in the yellow belt, I think. Ready? Boom. Switch. Switch and load. Those were both neutral. I'll pull this time. I'll pull, I'll push, and I'll push. And I'll show you from the side. So you can see that the first one is neutral. The rear foot will come to the front foot. Front foot goes back. Rear foot to front foot goes back. Front foot goes back. Front foot goes back. Am I off the screen? Yay. Rear foot goes forward. Rear foot goes forward. So when that is automagic, Michelle, when you make a toss, you load right away. You load right away. You should stack your discs properly. You load right away. You'll notice as well that each time I make this throw, I switch, I have this stance shift that I do, right? So that stance shifting form is going to feed all of your movements, every single fucking one of them, every one of them. Everything that we do resolves with a stance shift of some kind. Each of us have, I like to move like this. Boom, pow, right, CupCake? That's how I like to move. She said, I know. You move like that good. April likes to move here, and here, and here. I don't move well like that. I do now because of the stance shifting form. A front cross. Stance shift. Watch CupCake. You see her? Watch Epi. I'm surprised you didn't do anything, buddy. You're a good man. When you do that, they'll shift their direction. But everything is based off of those three forms. If you do those three forms well, you can start and stop your dog. Your dog looks at you when you throw. This is the flatwork compass. You can start and, excuse me, CupCake. Dude, chill. You can start and stop your dog. Your dog watches the throw go off. You make throws to 2 o'clock, throws to 10 o'clock. Those are both flanks. The dog stays away from you. And then you do 2 throws. You do a throw at 5:30 and a throw at 6:30. Right? So both, like, it's the 2 passes. So you get flank and pass. You get that way, clockwise, counter. You get a clockwise pass, a counterclock pass. You learn to stop your dog. You learn to start your dog. You learn to pick up your dog to put them in front position. Dog learns to look at you. You learn to load, right? You learn how your feet work. You read how the dog responds to your feet. Your dog learns how your feet work, right? The footwork from that comes directly from the stance shifting form that I just did, right? The throws, the pose and the throw, and the general disc skills and loading comes out of your 4 hands form. And once you got that, we're ready to do fly chi, and you'll do it all on the run, and you'll be really good at it. And then you'll come back and do all that shit again, all the Holy Trinity forms, and you'll be like, holy shit, this actually is important. And you'll have new things to learn. You'll do more fly chi stuff, and you'll be like, wow, I'm really good at this. And you'll go back and do the Holy Trinity again. You'll be like, holy shit, there's all this stuff to learn. I didn't know that. Ron wasn't lying, right? Yep. Dance, your athletic history, super important. If you catch a class anytime, we'll kind of kick that around and talk about it. That athletic history is super important. And all of these things fall into some athletic history. So, and I got a pretty diverse set of coaching experience. Done a few things, done a few sports in my past. All right, guys, what else do we got? I don't know, man. I think you guys got anything? Yep. That's awesome, Byron. Thank you for doing that, man. I appreciate it. Here's the link to the Four Hands form. That is a white belt form. These are all available, by the way. I can't believe that the yellow belt stuff is available free on the site. It's insane. This is a yellow belt form, the solo stance shift. And then we have the flat work CupCake. Yes, good girl. Wow, you are so freaking good. Yeah, you are really, really good, except for that fucking climbing on me to eat your cookie. That's super annoying, you know it? She gave me that look like, yeah, I know. Super annoying, I know. Right? That look right there. Oh my gosh. Oh. Fucking dopey dogs. It's a cute look. Super cute look. All right, and the flatwork compass. The flatwork compass is with the dog. The other two are without the dog. Learn those three. Holy Trinity of Disc Kwon-Do. And for those of you guys who are not yet patrons, you should become a patron. Don't talk over Yoda. Link is right there. And vice directors and above get access to classes. Bus buddies and above get access to all of the classes. So there we go. I think the grift links are over. Oh, wait. I haven't done this in a while. Right? You guys can scan that if you want. You can scan it. It's a 6-minute grift, 6-minute griff link. Let's see, there should be a tip your dog trainer thing up there too. Where is it? Sorry, I'm going to break the fourth wall here. Griff links. Is that it? No. What? It's so funny. I got a bunch of stuff coming up. Yep, it is a very important class, Byron. It's a good class. It is a good class. It's gotten to be a philosophy course, though, the last month or two. Everybody, yeah. It's good though. I think everybody's getting it, and it certainly is. Like, dude, how can I tell you how to play? You know, how can we communicate what I talked about earlier with the subjective tone and the rhythm, right? And I think, I mean, I'm making an assumption here, but I think it made sense, right? And to make sense out of how we play with the dog, right? So when the I don't know how to say this without the games for play, learning through play, right? A bunch of that has been going around. They never really tell you how to play. They tell you to play the game, right? And, you know, I'm fucking guilty of that too. The Disquando, what you're doing, Michelle, and what I just asked you to do, that plays out rather quickly. Originally, there was no fly chi. And so you'd get these skills, the flatwork compass, the four hands form, and the solo stance shift, right? And then go play, right? And that was it. And very few people could go play with those skills. And then Alicia was making leaps and bounds in her abilities, and she couldn't play. She was doing the forms over and over, and she did the PVR pattern with the flatwork compass, and she created fly chi. So as soon as you get those forms, we put them in a flatwork form. And then you use your skills that you learned with the form to perform flatwork maneuvers. And that's where you learn the shit, right? You have to get the skills, and then you have to have a purpose to use the skills. And once you get the skills and have the purpose to use the skills, you then know how to use the skills. And getting that to lay out is not very easy, right? And within the play, learning through play stuff, like, I mean, that was my fucking tagline in 2008, 2007. Right? It's been a P-Vibe tagline forever. And that said, I couldn't tell you how to play. You know, be exciting, do this, try that. And it's all just a single serving answer at the time. No framework to lay the abstract ideas on. Go away. Doe. Yes. Haha. It worked. Oh, you know what that word means, huh, CupCake? Was that you? Is your name yes? Is your name yes? I think it is. I think it is. It's too bad, though. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You're hearing things. I'm going to gaslight my dog. It's Sunday. Let's gaslight the dogs. Slacker Training Sunday, let's gaslight the dogs. Super funny. Yeah, I'm super stoked about this. She is very pretty. She's got a magnificent tail for an Aussie too, doesn't she? She's got a magnificent tail for an Aussie. Yeah, I think so, man. Definitely is it really is nice to be able to handle your dog like that. Yeah, she's super cute. She's very, very good. And you know, Michelle, you're late to the party, and I think a couple other people here are late to the party. Antonis and Byron have been here quite a while. They've seen her go from, you know, super dopey, happy-go-lucky puppy running around doing all the things to now passing out on the pedestal. A wild cookie, right? I haven't talked about that. I don't want to mark, right? Yeah, the dilute merles really are something else. Her brother, Motown, is, and he's got the eyeliner too. He's a blue merle, and he's got this just fucking stunning eyeliner, man. Holy shit. So the wild cookie, yeah, for real. That wild cookie, super important, right? I'm not marking it, and I'm not allowing it to be on any of the behaviors that I like. I'm not allowing it to be consequent. I'm dropping it on her while she's chill. Epic, epic. Dude, excuse me. Epic, epic, yes. CupCake. King, king. A pup. Yes, good man. Great work. Good job. You guys chill. Everybody chill. Excuse me. Dude, come on. Chill. You already proved you can do it. You proved you can do it. You're stuck now. You're stuck. You gotta do it now. All right, guys. I'm gonna do the patron thing and play us out with. I might play us out with Badass Meme Roll number 4 again. Whoa, whoa, easy, cheetah. Patrons. Show's brought to you by patrons of Positive Vibe, Hero Disc USA. Show would not be going on without these guys. You can become a patron. Hit that link right there. Patrons get access to class. Other goodies like ebooks, and Michelle is in the Phenomenology of Play group. We're building the process philosophy of play. Patrons at the vice director level and above get access to classes. Bus buddies get access to all classes. So, all right. I think that is gonna do it. Excuse me.
Don't think. Feel.
Chill. We'll do this one. Then we'll do that one. Poor CupCake. All right. So I will play us out with Badass Meme Roll number 4. Guys, thanks a bunch for hanging out. Tell all your friends I'm gonna try and take this thing a little more public. I'm gonna be a little more open about it, and I think we're ready. So we'll see you guys soon. I might skip a few days this week, try and get some shit together, get my production up. We'll see you guys soon. All right, night, Michelle. We'll see you soon. Yeah, it's gonna be getting hot, dude. It's gonna be getting hot. Do you guys know that Billo? If you don't know what Play Us Out comes from, on YouTube. Hey, excuse me. On YouTube, come on. Look up Bill O'Reilly Freaks Out. It's the greatest. What do you mean to play us out? I'm trying, there's no words on there. God, so funny. See you guys. Say bye.